Hello, this is Jessica Cain with the Southeast Texas Entertainment Review. Today we'll be interviewing Thomas Hall, the executive producer of the Boomtown Film and Music Festival. All right, Thomas, it's nice to meet you today.
Nice to see you.
All right, how was the Boomtown Festival this year?
You were there. There were people everywhere. The mayor came out. Heck, we had a gorilla. Did you see the gorilla?
I saw the gorilla. He was kind of scary.
Yeah, and we had good celebrities. We had a lot of actors and directors and producers that came in specifically to screen their movies with us, and also just coming in to see the festival.
How was the festival different this year from previous years?
The team really came together this year. The volunteers, the director, our publicity, the utilization of Facebook, Cat 5, Beth Rankin, Grace Mathis. The community really joined to push this thing through. This was our first year for the red carpet, which really brought the glitz out in the community. You know, these are just normal people, and they saw and they heard about what was going on. They wanted to be a part of it. They wanted to support the arts, most importantly.
So how do you feel like with this year, a lot of people were saying that it was kicked up a notch. How much further are you wanting to take it to make it better from this year and keep getting it better and better? Like, what is your vision for the festival as a whole?
The important thing for this festival, it encompasses the arts. It was supported by people who are interested in the arts. There are opportunities that exist in the world that we don't get to experience in Beaumont, Texas. We didn't have all the Oscar nominations come through this year for the movies. People had to go to Houston, people had to go to Dallas, people had to go to New Orleans or Lafayette to see these movies. But more importantly, it gives our community a chance to, I don't know if you know this, there's 3 or 4 movies that are in production right now in Beaumont, Texas. I met with scout and location scouts that wanted to see downtown last week. They said, I've never seen it, I've never heard of Beaumont, I want to come in, I'm looking at all these buildings and I'm amazed, I need to shoot here. So with Boomtown creating this increased awareness in the community, people are coming out to see it, to participate in it. Then we get outside influences. You know, we get visitors into our community that come in and they look like, hey, look at downtown. What a great place to be. What a great community. You know, nice streets, nice infrastructure. Excuse me. But where's Boomtown going to go? And how does Boomtown really figure into all of this is the big question. But the really interesting thing that we need to do is we need to bring this all downtown. We have the Jefferson Theater here. It was too expensive for us this year. Next year, we're going to be in the Jefferson Theater. The Julie Rogers, beautiful facility, state-of-the-art. I mean, both of these facilities have been recently remodeled. The acoustics are incredible in them.
How did it go into choosing the films and choosing the musicians that were going to play? It was just
volunteers. Volunteers again. Chris Dombrowski. He worked hard to get these movies in here. We went out and solicited these movies to come, and the producers and the directors and some of the actors actually to attend. The movies were amazing. We had an 18-year-old kid. I've only been involved in this project for about 3 months now. When I went to the first meeting, and you know who you are, Travis Leatherwood. Travis, they gave me this 18-year-old kid, and they said, Travis is going to program the music. And I went, really? No, really? And I gave him just such a hard time that I don't think he got me until probably about 2 months into the project. Travis brought incredible acts. Friday night, I mean, you can look into Cat 5. Beth Rankin wrote so eloquently of her experiences in Boomtown this year that I owe that girl at least a bottle of champagne.
We're in downtown Beaumont right now. Would you like to discuss a little bit of where we're at and what your vision is for this and your plans about where we're at right now goes?
I don't know, I'm going to tell you, because we're at a secret location, but I will tell you what the ultimate plan is at Boomtown. Boomtown needs offices. We can't manage a machine and cause it to grow with this, you know, with our plans and with our vision here without office space. There is prime real estate down here on Orleans Street, and we're in the old Gus Meyer building. We're on the 3rd floor, of a building that was originally built as a movie theater, which is very appropriate for Boomtown to be inside of. But this space that we're in right now was abandoned in the 1970s when Parkdale Mall came into effect. And here, look around. It's a time capsule. I'm surprised there's not furs hanging back in the fur room. They picked up all their fixtures, moved to Parkdale, turned the key, and walked away. It's just a great example of what's going on downtown already with the huge investment that was made on Crockett Street, and certainly Danny Molina and Mike Molina's generosity in letting us come into those venues. But if we can move another organization down here, right? These spaces need to be occupied. People need to be in Beaumont. They need to have a synergism between business and entertainment that can occur down here to increase commerce, protect, the beautiful architecture that's available in downtown. And we'd like to be a part of that. So we've been looking at space, and I discovered this the other day and thought, well, you know what I thought. It's like, I know where my desk is going to go. But that's probably that's a couple of years down the road before we get in here. So that's what we're doing. We're investigating places. We need production facilities for outside movie companies that come in. They need a place to land. We need a place for our movie and video community as a whole to be able to work with each other. So we need offices. I'm thinking offices. I'm thinking stage. I'm thinking theater. I'm thinking about children's theater, acting classes, dinner theater locations. So, a group of very lucky people who pay attention can come down and experience, a beautiful evening of hors d'oeuvres, champagne, and a great production that doesn't cost an arm and a leg as well.
Yeah. Do you feel like Beaumont could be a place for future filmmakers? Because there's a lot of people out there that are trying to do it. But
they're doing it right now. Oh, they've been doing it for years, but they sneak in and they shoot what they need to do, and then they go away. Well, why aren't they? Texas offers tax benefits for movie makers, so why don't we get a piece of that? Think of what we have here. We have the beautiful forest to shoot in. We have downtown scenery here that nobody in the world's ever seen our downtown as far as movie sets. People are going to Canada to shoot because they're going to Canada to shoot. It's tax free. There's money incentives for that. It costs them less to shoot. We have that right here in Beaumont, Texas. We have the coast that's available. We have the industrial complex that's available. We have the infrastructure to support them because we have over 3,000 hotel rooms in this community. Why aren't they there? Why don't they come here? Why don't we get out there and do the marketing that entices them to come to Beaumont and hang out and party with us on Crockett Street when they're done?
Excellent. So part of it also is, do you feel like Boomtown is part of, and promoting Boomtown is another way of marketing to get these people to come in and stay and not just shoot for maybe, and it may end up being on the cutting room floor and it never gets shown
right.
Downtown or, so is that also?
It's also part of it, sure. But Boomtown, I think they're separate and yet they're intertwined. The emphasis on Boomtown is to bring tourism into Beaumont. People will go back with experiences from Boomtown. They'll talk amongst themselves. Well, who are they talking with? There are other movie directors and producers and actors that are coming in. It's musical acts that are coming in as well for Boomtown.
Tell us some of the highlights of this year's Boomtown.
I think one of the biggest highlights is I found a film in California. It was called The Lost and Found Collection. And I contacted the director and he offered to let us see it. It was a beautiful surf film. This guy had found 30,000 images in the Pasadena swap meet and of surfing between 1971 and 1991, I believe. And he took these images and he found the surfers in them, and then he found the photographers in them, and it was just an interweave of past and present and how their reflections on the past. We also had a great showing for the 48-hour video challenge on Friday night, January 27th. Filmmakers from the Golden Triangle came to the Elegante Hotel, and they were given a genre and a subgenre at 8 p.m. on Friday evening. They had to write, direct, act, shoot, edit, 4 minutes or longer by Sunday at 8 p.m. when they turned their video race in. Isaac Fincher of Neon Iron Productions actually won with a short called Hush that he's got out on YouTube and on Facebook right now. It's just a spooky thing, and it was well written. I was just like, what the heck is this? So it really shows the talent that's available here. We came down to Crockett Street after the movies on Friday night, had 5 bands at Tequila Rock. We also had live entertainment in the Red Room. Lifted the roof. I swear to goodness, I had to turn around a couple of times just to make sure there wasn't a hole in the ceiling. It was ball lightning is what it was. It was occurring down there. Woke up Saturday morning, we had tremendous panels of filmmaking, how to act while you eat, or how to eat while you act, I think is what the true title of it was. And then we started films again. I was very impressed about how much of the community was involved with this. They were, and they were happy, and most importantly, down at Crockett Street, these boys were high-fiving. They didn't know each other, but they were having such a good time. Everybody had a smile on their face. The places were packed, and the music just kept going and going and going. Mad Maud with the
Ashlyn Ivy,
right, and the Mad Hatters, who just won the Kate Spade contest, the National Battle of the Bands. They started off Friday night, and the crowd just got better. Now, most importantly, this could not have been pulled off without our sponsors, in all seriousness. A lot of people look at it and they go, oh, well, I give, and nothing ever comes back. We did a unique, not unique, but a different way of approaching sponsorships this year. A little bit of cash, and then give me some of your stuff. Because, you end up, well, like this book. It's a program, and there's another ad in the back of it, and and they keep on going. But when I'm handing you goods and services from these sponsors, you go, I won this T-shirt from the Bicycle Sports Shop. Eric Bender was one of our sponsors over there.
I got to speak with him.
Yes, he was a nice guy. Thomas Hall hit me in the head with this stupid T-shirt, but you know what? I got a great T-shirt, and I got a discount coupon or gift certificate. Same thing with Monterey House. They got nice, beautiful food at Monterey House. Connie Lejeune and her team over there just do an outstanding job in that restaurant. But now there's a way for some of our participants and our attendees to go and say thank you to the sponsor. Carla Buscemi and TextJoy gave us big gift packs. I thought there were going to fights. I thought fights were going to break out when I brought those things out to give them away. On stage, Paul Traylor gave us beautiful gift packs for the ladies. So it helps build this product awareness, and it's certainly a model that will continue.
This has been Jessica Cain with the Southeast Texas Entertainment Review with Thomas Hall. Have a great day.
Boomtown!
Yay!